Yo, YouTube, what is going on? It is Dazzer or Taco here now. As you guys see the title, I really just want to make this video because I want to like voice an opinion that I think like a lot of the community has. It's just hard to get heard, and I don't know how many people are gonna watch this. I know I haven't posted in a long time to this community, but I just want to make it and just give my opinions. I just also want to say anyone from PvPwars stuff, like, this isn't intended to be like hateful. It's nothing like that. This is just genuine constructive criticism that I think you guys could implement into the server. So I'm going to jump into it quick. I'm going to try and make it quick, but let's just go ahead and do it. So Fire and Ice reset today. This was about a 6-month development. I think that's what they were saying. And it's really unfortunate, man. I was really expecting it. I kind of got that idea from Alex's video. He mentioned that they were he kind of gave a preview, and when I saw that, I got extremely sad because PvPwars is starting to move away from like its core. And what I mean by that is like they're trying to expand into a server that's completely dissociated with like what their core audience is. So like I would say almost every player on PvPwars these days like is from skyblock, probably. Like skyblock is their core game mode. And this, what they released today, it's an extremely quality server. I'm not discrediting that. This definitely like is not like the builds. I can only imagine the time, the money, all that was invested in this. I respect it a ton. The issue is they built a game mode here that does not relate to their player base really at all. I mean, their entire like what they built was based on quest, which is like I think an RPG or whatever they're called, like I don't know, MMORPG, where in reality they should have invested everything into skyblock. And I know Wildex mentioned like they want to innovate the skyblock game. You can't have the same game mode to expect the same result. That's true, but what they did here was they made a completely different game mode. Like very clearly, I think everyone can agree that Hypixel Skyblock is extremely different than regular Skyblock, and they kind of went a more Hypixel Skyblock route, which I get. But the issue is in Hypixel Skyblock you're not competing for money, and here you are. So here it needs to be laid out more as like a traditional Skyblock sense that like PvPwars has always built, where Hypixel Skyblock your value is in the items you have, where here it's still your island value is where like the value is held. So pretty much what I'm trying to say here is they kind of built like this brand new game mode that like does not relate to their community at all, which is all good. Okay, like that's like that. But like the issue is that it's been this like constant trend of like stuff that like isn't necessary needed, and they simply could have like just put out like a similar map to season 1 to 4 of PvPwars, and then added like some things like maybe adding like mob fights or boss fights, like just like adding little stuff like that. Or adding little hints of like stuff from Hypixel Skyblock that makes sense. Potentially like custom armor, ways to get that, like that. But there isn't like, the focus still needs to be on Skyblock. And I feel like with this release, it really like pushed this like, we are not focused on Skyblock anymore. We're going to have like quests and all this stuff. And so that it's kind of unfortunate. But really full transparency, the second part of the title, like that's just like what I'm saying is like they kind of like lost touch with the main direction of PvPwars in my opinion. I think a lot of people could say that. Is that they've really like lost direction of like their core. But like the question is like how do they fix it? Full transparency, like there's a ton of players still on Minecraft. It's not due to player count dropping. The thing is what they need to do is they need to focus on Skyblock, just make it how their current community likes it, and then everyone else will like it. If they can bring something to their current community that they enjoy, whoever is brand new will enjoy it. And how do they do that, you might ask, is like they just put out like similar to they did to Retro Map 1. Retro Map 2 was not that good, but Retro Map 1, whatever they did, it felt OG. A lot of people enjoyed it. So then what they have to do is they bring that, and then they have to also invest all into YouTubers. I can only imagine how much they paid for this server. Like I couldn't imagine. It's probably extremely expensive. And again, like I say, I respect it. Like the server turned out extremely well. But the issue is like if they spent all that money that they spent on this, on like investing in the YouTubers for a release, the results would be like substantially different. Like it would be on like a very busy PvPwars, and like you just need to build loyal. It's not like paying them for one promo. It's about bringing content creators over to the server that will create series, create communities, because that's how you guys are gonna scale to the next level. So I don't know. I just really don't want to see PvPwars take this turn. I feel like these resets might be what a metaphor, like pin in the dust, pin in the needle. You guys get the idea what I'm trying to say. I don't want to see it fail. And so like, I think these are the changes that need to be made. Leave your guys comments down below, things that should be changed. But like, I'm just trying to get like the community's voice heard, because it's really like unfortunate to see. This server is extremely good. I just wish they released this like separately. Like, this should be its own thing. It should not be Fire and Ice. Like, this should be like a retro, if anything, versus like Fire and Ice being this. I don't know. It's just, yeah. So yeah, guys, I was gonna keep this short. I'll go ahead and end it off here. Again, comment your opinions down below. Again, the PvPwars staff, you guys killed it with this server. Don't get me wrong in that regard, but I just wish there were some changes. Okay, thank you guys.